All right, now with the advancement of technology, it might be slightly more convenient, you would call it, for a school learner to maybe Google a word or a term that they are unfamiliar with. But according to experts at Oxford University Press Southern Africa, there is still merit in using an actual physical dictionary. And joining us this morning on the show to share about why it is so important and perhaps even critically vital, so important to your child that they do familiarize themselves with this form of research, we've got the head of dictionaries and dictionary data at Oxford University Press Southern Africa, Phillip Louw. Great to have you back in the studio.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I wish we were talking about something a little more fun like slang, but that's not the case this morning.
It's fantastic to have you. But Phillip, in terms of where South Africa is ranked in global literacy levels, where are we, and what are the reasons for our ranking in that way?
Yo, guys, that's the bad news part of this morning, is when they last did the proficiency in reading study, it was about 2016, it found that around about 8 out of 10 of our learners, and this is at grade 4 level, cannot read for meaning. So they cannot understand what they're reading. 8 out of 10. That is a literacy crisis. Yeah. And we came stone last in that test out of 50 countries.
Wow.
What are the reasons for this ranking?
Well, you know, there are many historical reasons, there are many socio-economic reasons. I can keep you busy with those all day. For us, you know, the bits that we can help with is maybe the lack of resources in classrooms and making teachers' lives easier by helping them teach better.
Yeah. Now, is this a fact that most learners actually only start learning English at grade 4 level? That's when they actually start, and I guess which contributes to that statistic of why at grade 4 they cannot read for meaning. But why would you then say that a dictionary is such a crucial resource at that formative time?
So just to unpack that study was done in children's mother tongues. Okay, so they couldn't read for meaning in their own language. Okay. Then suddenly, they expected in that same year to switch over from their mother tongue to English as language of learning and teaching. You can see where the problem comes.
Yeah.
And they offer, we talk about poor dropout rates and poor pass rates and so on, but you can see this is pulling through all the way from grade 4. So it's crucial for us that at that very early stage, at grade 4, children start using bilingual dictionaries, that they can move from their own language into English, and then they progress. They use those as stepping stones to progress to monolingual school dictionaries, but those dictionaries need to have definitions that are easy to understand.
Phillip, why would directing your child to, let's say, Google a word that they're not familiar with be detrimental to their learning?
Well, that is what I just said about definitions that are easy to understand. That is the biggest reason. If you take a very simple word like rake, the thing we all use in our garden, if you look at the Google definition for that, you're going to, A, find the word implement, which is a difficult word for kids to understand. And then a little bit on in that same definition, you're going to find the word tines. Now, I don't know if you guys know what tines are. Most adults that I speak to don't know what tines are. And right there, you have your biggest problem, okay? So you need to give them dictionaries that actually use very simple language, like we have at Oxford, where we're only allowed to use the Oxford 3000, the basic words in the definitions. And then just one added point, we must also remember that most of our schools are not set up for kids to just Google it either.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Resources are very limited. So getting your child a local dictionary, a local school dictionary, why would you say that's so important?
That's very, very important for me because two things. You want your child to have homework help. So you want them to be able to use the dictionary at home. They can only do that if the dictionary is set up for the local curriculum. Using the local curriculum terms and explaining them in the way that our CAPS curriculum documents explain. Okay, so that's very important. But also, you want your child to have that local school dictionary in class to assist the teacher. We did research in the Eastern Cape recently, and the most wonderful quote for me was a teacher that thanked us and said, now I don't need to be a walking dictionary anymore. I can use my class time to teach. I don't have to explain words to kids all the time.
And it's so empowering.
Yes, it is.
For the children.
For the children and for the teachers. And hopefully for the parents too.
As well. Oh, this is fantastic. Thank you so, so much, Phillip. It seems having the right dictionary for your child can be the difference between success and failure in their learning process. But of course, Oxford, South Africa School Dictionaries, they really do make it easy, and they empower the child to be able to learn in a way that is simple, that is easy, but also very practical in everyday classroom. And of course, if you want more information, go on to oxford.co.za.